For the first time in our 25-year relationship, I used the name of my wife's high school boyfriend, the guy who made her a teen mom then split when he found out she was pregnant in an argument, and she immediately apologized and told me I was right. My wife had an infant when I met her, whom I adopted once we were married. We haven't spoken about that child's father since we started dating, back in 1998. She probably didn't even remember that I knew his name. Our son, our first child together, is about the age that her ex was when they began dating. My wife has been pushing our son to participate in something in school that he doesn't want to do. I agree with him. He shouldn't be forced to do it, if it's something he doesn't want to do. But my wife won't take no for an answer, and keeps insisting that he do it. So I mentioned that the types of boys who did that thing were just like her ex's name, and that she was basically trying to force our son to be more like one of those boys, rather than the kind of boy he wants to be. She was shocked, then hurt, for a second. Then she cried a little and told me I was right. She apologized to me and to our son for pushing him to do the thing he didn't want to do. I only want kids if they're girls, so I won't have kids. Okay, so this is something I've wrestled with for years. I know only wanting girls is selfish and it's why I won't have kids. I would absolutely adore having a little girl, but I absolutely lose interest in being a parent at slightest possibility of having a boy. I don't know why, but I know that's wrong, not fair, and is a sign that I shouldn't have kids. Obviously I know that if you have a child you should be prepared for anything in terms of gender, medical issues, etc. I feel like I'm a bad person for not wanting a boy, but I only want girls. I've considered maybe fostering or adoption to give me a situation where I can ask for a girl, but it still feels selfish. I honestly think I'm a bad person and shouldn't have a kid. The last thing I want is to become one of those people who cries at a gender reveal party. I just wanted to vent about this. I lost my baby boy. My heart feels heavy. I feel nauseous. I feel like this isn't real. He was tested positive for RSV, and at 6 a.m. this morning I woke to see him lying face down in the bassinet, and when I turned him over, I saw it. He was lifeless. His lips were purple. He was limp. I called out his name. I screamed and cried and cried. My man and I tried our best to save him and give him CPR. I did everything I could, and I feel like I failed as a mother. He always slept through the night, and I didn't even check on him last night because I was asleep and I had a rough week. I failed him. His last moments was him suffering, and I didn't even hear his cry at all. Every time I close my eyes I see him, lifeless and pale and cold to the touch. My heart is aching and I wanted to get this off my chest. I don't want to be alone. This is the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life, and I will never be able to get that same light in my eyes again. I'm shaking. I want to believe this is all a bad dream. He was only 5 months. I would never wish this on anyone. No parent should ever have to lose their child. I don't want to eat. I don't want to sleep. I can't breathe and my heart hurts so much, and I just want to believe that my baby is up there with God right now, held in God's arms and happy. He was too pure for this cruel world, and maybe God felt that my baby would be safer with him. I don't want to be alive, and I wish I was able to hold my child, happy and babbling like he always did. I'm grateful for everything in my life because it can always be worse, but being born with a micropenis really sucks, just saying. Like the title says, I'm grateful for having a nice job. I'm in good health. I'm grateful that I have friends and family in good health and who love and cares for me. I'm grateful my dog is healthy. I'm grateful I have a roof over my head and food in my stomach. My only thing is I was born with a micropenis, and growing up with this condition tbh just really sort of fucking sucks. I'm 1/4 inch flaccid and just about 3 inches erect uncut. My husband woke me up in the middle of the night to apologize. This was last night. I was in bed. I heard my husband coming in, but I had fell back asleep when he came to our bedroom. He shook me awake. He said, "Baby, I'm sorry." I was confused and asked why. He said, "I'm sorry I stay out late, and I'm sorry I don't stay home with you enough." I told him it's okay and gave him a kiss. I tried to lay back down, but he stopped me. He said, "Listen to me, I'm telling you I'm sorry. Don't you believe me? Listen to me." He was very frustrated. He kept tightening his grip on me. I said it was okay. I told him that I didn't know what to say. He said, "Why not?" I said, "I'm not upset. I love you no matter what." He said, "You're so beautiful." I'm not a good husband. That made me feel uneasy, but he let me lay back down and we fell asleep. It was confusing. He is out a lot, and I want my husband home more because I miss him when he's not and we have children. But wasn't like we had an argument about him going out. I don't attempt to control him. I don't know what triggered this. It was like he was almost angry. I don't know what he wanted me to do. Thinking about it I feel lost.